I'm shocked. I honestly didn't think that horses were ever coming to The Sims 4, but here we are. We got a new trailer for the newest Sims 4 expansion pack, Horse Ranch. People online have been speculating that horses were coming, and then we got that leak, and now it's been confirmed with this brand new trailer. I want to talk about the trailer, share my thoughts and feelings, and just, point out the good stuff.
Or the bad stuff.
So, let's get to the good.
Or the bad, I guess.
Horses. They're here. And they look just as you would expect. Adorable. I am curious how Cass will look for the horses. I'm guessing it'll be very similar to the cats and dogs. I would love to see the personality traits we're gonna get with them. They'll probably be something like brave, friendly, agile, fast, playful, and genius. There wasn't much horse-on-horse interaction here. I'm wondering how many interactions horses will have with other things other than teen, adult, and elder Sims. We do see them sort of interact with this lamb, but what about the other horses? With cats and dogs, with cows and llamas, chickens, foxes, children.
Dare I say toddlers?
I'm not even gonna mention infants or babies. Will horses take up a space in the 8 sim household limit like pets do, or will they be more like chickens, cows, and llamas? I feel like they would have to be more like the pets and the farm animals since they don't appear to be classified as objects like the farm animals are, which is kind of sad because I hope they don't take up a spot in the household. 8 is already very limiting. We get to see them bottle feed a young horse, and honestly, I could have watched this way more. I am dying to see a horse interact with this ball. I love watching the cows and horses online interact with balls and big brushes and things like that, so I cannot wait. Agility is a cool idea.
In theory.
In actuality, I'm worried they'll turn out like the agility course for dogs or snowboarding, skiing, tubing. Just something to watch your sim do. Of course, it would be like that to a degree, but is it so wrong of me to crave for something more than that? Something more interactive? Is that so horrible of me to want that? I gotta say, the horse poop looking more realistic than other poop in the game got me. It's too funny. I don't know why I think that, but I do. We go from this perfect emoji poop that can be rainbow colored to this. Like cows and llamas don't even have poop. They just dirty their shit up, and now we have this? I'm here for it.
I am here for the poop.
I think we can all agree that the real scene stealers would be these tiny goats and lambs. Tiny cute animals are too friggin' much. One thing I hope for would be that these small, tiny little baby animals are more interactive and not so much a decoration. I hope that there's some gameplay involving them, like cleaning them, feeding them, giving them a little home that you can decorate and build yourself. How great would that be? Make them a little shed, give them a little bed. I do have a bad feeling that we've seen all of the interactions for these little cutie pies in this trailer. I hope I'm wrong, but that is my bad gut feeling. Now, one big question we all must have been thinking, how will this work with loading screens? Obviously, it won't be like Sims 3 where you can travel around seamlessly through the world. Won't that take away some of the fun? I mean, it will. It always does. I have this theory that we aren't going to get a ton of lots in this world, but the neighborhoods will be very large enough to trot around. But that's just a theory, a catchy theory. Sorry, Matt Pat, I couldn't help myself. The opportunity presented itself and I took it. Moving on to create a sim things. I have to admit, I'm not a big cowboy kind of gal. I've never really cared for it, sure. It's cool. I like the vibe in Strangerville, but in real life, it's just not my style. Holy cow though, I can get behind it here. I think it's adorable. They've nailed the American, Southern, Western cowboy look and feel, and not just with the cast items. I did see a post on Reddit the other day talking about how this would be the perfect time to include some indigenous representation, and heckaroni, it would be. According to Stacy Partial Jensen, someone who collaborated on this pack, there will be food, home items, and clothing to reflect elements of Native American culture. In fact, to celebrate the launch of this pack, the Sims team will be donating to Sacred Healing Circle, which is an organization which is 100% Indigenous founded and led, working to support Indigenous communities through preserving traditional methodologies and practices, including the Native American Horse Preservation and Research Program. This program helps to preserve the Native American horse, as well as to preserve the traditional and historical knowledge surrounding the horse and Indigenous people in the Americas. It's very important that this representation is included within a pack themed like this. Stacy stated that Indigenous people have always had a deep spiritual relationship with horses. They're a symbol of power. They provide healing and represent freedom and bravery to the Indigenous culture. This is amazing. I'm very happy that The Sims took the initiative to include representation instead of including it as an afterthought, as they've been known to do. This change is welcomed and needed. I'm very happy with this, and I'm excited to see Sims, cast items, and build by items that reflect Indigenous culture. A topic I love to talk about would be build by. I said it at the start of this video, and I honestly feel this. The world is giving me Strangerville vibes. It's good vibes. I do wonder if those rocks in the background are reused assets from there. It doesn't really matter. All it does is make me want to see horses in Strangerville. That's all I want. If you have Strangerville or werewolves, I'm sure you're going to enjoy mixing and matching build by items from those two packs with this one. The town center and most of these items are adorable. Most of the time, build by items do not disappoint. Like these twinkly lights, the horse sculptures, the background decorations like the produce bucket bin things, the pickup truck, barn doors, hey, nectar making station, this wall paint,
Log cabins can be a real thing.
and much more. Of course, there's a bar that comes pre-built with this expansion. There's never not a bar. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a community library as well. I have to say, the bar fits the theme real well. It looks like a classic Western themed bar from the movies. So, I can't get angry at that. Another community lot is the Agility Center barn thing. Don't know what it's actually called. It looks great. I've never been to a place like this in real life, and that's why I don't really have much to say. However, it's great looking, and I'm excited to see more. Now, let's just have a real quick chat about the most exciting thing here. The painted ceilings. We are going to have painted ceilings! Can you believe it? Finally! Who else is unreasonably excited for this? Let me know. Oh, and I have a really strong feeling that this will be a free base game update that comes out just before the expansion does. I might be wrong. Don't get your hopes up. That's just something I feel very strongly about. So let's wait and find out. Shockingly, it doesn't feel like there are a lot of live features shown here. We got the sim going through the process of finding a horse to adopt or purchase. The sim meets two horses that react poorly to them, and then a third that doesn't, and therefore they become their horse. This means that most likely there's going to be an adoption process with horses. You'll have to find one that enjoys your company or train them to like you.
I don't know. I was never a horse girl growing up. I don't know how they are.
We also get this agility course and new skills associated with riding horses. Agility and riding, most likely. Another new skill would be making nectar. I know a lot of players are excited about this hobby making its return. At the very end, you can actually see a new way to revive dead sims using some homemade nectar. That's pretty cool. Overall, right now, the pack looks empty in the live mode section, which is a shame. I do wonder how full this pack will feel if the main feature is horses. So far, the big features look like the horses, agility course, nectar making stations, and like line dancing, square dancing. Will that be enough to make this pack feel like an expansion? Or will we end up wondering why this isn't a game pack? I don't know, dude. This could have been a very exciting, full feeling game pack. I know horses are hard to create and animate and all that jazz. I do realize that and I appreciate that. Either way, I feel like players are going to think this while playing, unless they have something else up their sleeve on this one. I mentioned this earlier and I want to go back to this point. I have a very, very strong feeling that because the devs are going to want players to use horse riding as much as possible, we're going to find that this world doesn't have many lots, but the neighborhoods will be larger. It's already a trend with each new DLC featuring fewer and fewer lots, so it would make sense for that. All I'm saying is don't be surprised when this world only features a limited amount of lots. Probably the biggest one being taken up by the Agility Center. This is... I'm already like upset about this in advance. And it's not even confirmed. I don't like it when something like the Agility Center or Community Center in the last expansion takes up the biggest lot. For this one, I want to make a big ranch. Have cows, have llamas, have horses and goats and lambs and chickens and all that. But it's not possible to do that on a smaller lot. I do hope that there are plenty of large lots to go around in this world. It's just a bad gut feeling based on how other expansion packs have played out recently. I hope I'm wrong. That's it for me right now. I'm going to go back to my editing cave until my detective series videos are done. By the way, you can watch the entire series right here. Go on. I know you want to learn more about The Sims lore through a unique narrative piece. And it would be pretty cool if you watched it. I spend a lot of time on it.
Like a lot of time.
Like I've been editing 10 episodes it's almost the end of June. I started in May. It takes too much time, but I enjoy it. Okay, Sims lore is pretty cool and it's just fun to do it like this. Okay, well, until next time. Actually, no, hold on until I'm done with those videos, and then we can return to our regular old schedule. Oh, but in the meantime, stay happy, healthy, and hydrated, my friends. Love you. Bye.